It's insane to love anything, really. Because the dark reality about love is that it's the one thing that you're guaranteed to lose one day. So, to love something or someone is to accept the inevitability that one day this love will break your heart. Yet, we do it anyway. But why? Because it's the best thing life has to offer. Life is better with love. And to think that is why love is so beautiful. Because at the end of the day, if you truly love something, when the time comes to have your heart broken, it will have been worth it. Now, love is an emotion that even the richest of men and women struggle to find. A deep connection with another human being that even the smartest of men can't fully explain. Is this just a bunch of chemicals in the brain creating this impression we call love? When love fails, it's like a double-sided mirror. Your reflection doesn't just break. Everything on the other side of that mirror is gone too. And this leads us with the feeling of heartbreak. A sophisticated yet eerily simple emotion. An emotion so easily described but impossible to decipher to its full extent. A deep connection with another human. When we love, we forfeit a part of ourselves, giving it to our other halves. When we lose this love, it leaves us with a heartbreak. This isn't just because we lose someone else that is a part of our lives. It's because we lose a part of ourselves that we subconsciously give to our other halves. When did we give this part of ourselves to them? Was it a conscious decision, or did it all just happen while we turned our heads? Who is the thief that took this part of us? Or did we just hand it out for free? To get over a heartbreak is to recover that lost piece of ourselves. And this leads me to my first point. Recovering that broken part and trying to repair it. This isn't about just moving on. It's about creating a better version of ourselves than before we met our other halves. Now, this simple task is seemingly impossible. How in the world can I recover from this? I feel like I just got ripped in two, and I can barely think straight. And every part of that thought process couldn't be any more true. If you think about it in a more simple way, it's impossible to repair something that you don't have. And the realization that you don't have this part of yourself anymore is just the very tip of the iceberg to the repair that is soon to come. So, just to start, how do we recover this part of ourselves? And the answer is terrifyingly simple, but outrageously difficult. We have to let it go. We have to let that part of ourselves leave with the person who stole it from us. Even if that person comes back into your life, you will never get that part of yourself back. It's theirs now. So let's put this into an example. Just as a lizard will shed their tails in moments of danger to allow themselves to escape, you might have thought when you were younger that they just lost their tails for good. But as you got older, you learned that lizards can regrow their tails, and the human mind and emotions are similar to lizards in that way. If the lizard doesn't shed its tail to escape, then the lizard will meet its demise. And that's the same thinking you have to adapt with this lost part of ourselves. No matter how bad it'll hurt to let this part of ourselves go, we have to live with the reality that the only way to fully recover and get back to safety is to let go. And by letting go, you allow yourself the golden road to being able to rebuild this part of ourselves. Make a new version of that person we once lost. But this time, this version of ourselves will be improved, stronger, smarter, and more resilient to attacks like this in the future. When one door closes, another opens. And by letting this part of yourself go, you open the door to the possibility of something better. But without this process of letting go, you stick yourself in a time capsule of pain, suffering, and ultimate mental deterioration. So just let go. My step 2 goes hand in hand with my first. Learning to accept the bad in life. Without the bad, the good wouldn't exist. There can't be appreciation for the joy life has to give us if we never got to feel and understand the negativity that comes along with it. Pain is not a glitch in the system. It's part of the design. If everything was good all of the time, nothing would be good. It would just be neutral, numb. And ironically, isn't that what we fear the most? Heartbreak is one of life's darkest moments, but it's also one of the most revealing. It strips everything away: ego, plans, identity, illusions, and leaves you face to face with the rawest part of yourself. This is when you find out exactly what you're made of. And that pain, that gut-wrenching pain, it's the price of having loved deeply than having truly lived. We evolved to feel heartbreak for a reason. It means you cared. It means you risked something. And that makes you human. And as cruel as it feels, that's the same emotional depth that allows you to one day experience a joy just as intense, if not greater. So don't curse the pain. Don't rush it. Don't numb it away. Accept it. Sit with it. Let it teach you. Let it shape you into someone wiser. Because true strength isn't found in avoiding the bad. It's in learning how to live alongside it without letting it define you. Now, once you've let go and accepted the bad, there's a shift that needs to happen. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, mentally. And my step 3 is all about mindset. And that mindset is simple but transformative. Everything happens for a reason. At first glance, that might feel like just another empty platitude, something people say to make sense of chaos. But this step isn't about blind optimism or forcing a silver lining. It's about perspective. There's a concept called frequency illusion. The idea that once you become aware of something, you start to notice it everywhere. When you buy a new car, you start seeing that car all over the road. Or when you're thinking about a certain song, it suddenly plays at the grocery store. And when you start believing that life has a meaning, that everything happens for you, not to you, then ever so slowly, the pieces begin to align. You start seeing the lessons in the loss. The growth is in the pain. The purpose is in the detour. It's not magic. It's awareness. It's training your brain to stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can this teach me? When you live life with this mindset, even the darkest of moments begin to hold light. You start to feel in control again. Not because you can change what happened, but because you've taken control of how you respond to it. And this is the true key. Response over reaction. Pain becomes purpose. Loss becomes redirection. And heartbreak, that's brutal. It's a soul-shattering experience. But this becomes the catalyst for the most important relationship you'll ever have. The one with yourself. Now, grieving is not linear. Neither is healing. You will have days where it all makes sense, and others where it doesn't. But if you remember these steps, your life will be in the control of your own hands. Because one day, you'll wake up, and the weight in your chest won't feel so heavy. You'll laugh without it catching in your throat. And you'll remember these steps, not with pain, but with peace. And you'll realize that you didn't just get over the heartbreak, you grew through it. Thank you for watching.